G'day YouTube. We're back to our water containers. Okay, what we're going to do today is we're going to experiment one container with water and the other one with the pure baking soda. Okay, I did the experiment a little while ago about removing labels from jars. And then, so what someone had said was that probably the water, or well, no, what they said is that possibly the baking soda had nothing to do with the removing of the label. And I thought to myself, you could be on point there. What I originally did when I was starting to remove the labels was that I just basically assumed that the labels were just like stuck fast. So that's why I first experimented with the turpentine and the metho. Well, anyway, so it may look like that these labels might just be stuck on with water-based glue. So we probably don't have to go to the expense of getting like nasty chemicals or things like that. Well, anyway, so to make it fair, I have two bottles of the same type. In this jar here, we're going to put our cup of pure baking soda. Alright, here's our baking soda. Now a little bit of a mess, lost a little bit on the floor, but it's alright. Okay, what I'll do is I'll give that a bit of a stir with our favourite paintbrush. Okay, the temperature of the water is just cold. Okay. One jar that's been sitting around for a couple of days. I haven't done anything to it, nor have I done anything to this other jar. What I'll first do is I'll just weight the bottle down by scooping out some of this liquid and pour it in. Just enough so I can get the bottle in. Okay, one bottle into our container with the baking soda. Now our next one. I'm just going to use the same cup. I don't think, if there is any baking soda on here, I don't think it will contaminate our plain H2O. As an experiment, do the same here. Just weight the bottle down. Okay, I've just put the bottles in. Put a time. Oh well, I won't put a timer. I'll put a stopwatch on that. Stopwatch. Start. That in the background. So what we'll do is we'll just wait. My opinion is that this one will win, but this one will also work as well, but not to the same extent. I could be wrong, but I believe this one will win out in the end. One with the pure baking soda. Just give it a bit of more of a stir. I shan't need to stir this one at all, but to be fair, I'll stir that as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to go away. We'll come back probably, I say half hour or an hour's time. Then we'll come back and we'll have a look. Ideally this jar here, going by our last experiments, the label on this one should just come pretty much straight off, and this one will just like stick. Be back. Okay, I had to do a couple other things, but anyway, I'm back now. As you can see on the clock, it's been about an hour and 20 minutes. Okay, so this one here is our just water only. Okay, pour the water off. Okay, so we do have a bit of lift. Okay, and what we see here is that the paper is still glued to the actual jar, but we do have some movement with our label. We can pull the top bit of the label off, but we still have our paper and glue stuck to the jar. That's just water only. Okay. This one here is our bicarb soda. Straight out of the our jar. Okay. So as you can see, we have no label. The label has been removed and it is in the jar.
Hello YouTube!
Okay, so that basically, you hold that up. Down. Down. Okay, so what you see here is that the shoot off between the water and the bicarb soda. The bicarb soda does remove the label off the jar. It does get in and it reacts with the glue to help us remove the label. So that's the best way. Okay, now thanks.
You're welcome, Daddy.
What we need to do is, in summing up the bicarb soda and the water, and to use it as a recycling to remove the labels off the jars, it is a good idea in theory. The problem I have found over the last couple of weeks of actually discovering how to remove the labels off the jars is that with the bicarb soda, it will work. The problem becomes after the bicarb soda's been in the water for a couple of weeks. I think the bicarb soda loses effectiveness. It starts to, when you put the next bottle in, it gets less and less. I wouldn't say less and less. What I mean is that its effectiveness to actually remove the glue becomes less. So in saying that, if we put a lid on here, can we use the same container in a couple of weeks to remove the our labels? Or do we have to just do it put some bicarb soda in a container, use the container until it's done, then just discard the bicarb soda? Yeah, I don't know if the bicarb soda actually tries to evaporate away, but I do know that after a couple of weeks, the effectiveness of the bicarb soda is plain to see. Okay, this jar here is just the one that I've basically put in. This is the one that we just took out of our water bath with our label, and look at that, just peeling straight off. And our glue, you can just move your finger, you can smudge the bottle with your, smudge the glue with your finger, and it's a gel, it's like a gel consistency. But I'll put it back in the bottle, leave it for a bit longer. So that's the proof in the pudding. Labels do come off with bicarb soda.